U.S. President Donald Trump has said that India's reduced import tariffs on American motorcycles are still too high and unacceptable to him. Speaking to the U.S. media, he said, and I'm quoting now, "We are not a foolish country that does so badly. You look at India, a very good friend of mine, Prime Minister Modi, you look at what they have done. 100% tax on a motorcycle, we charge them nothing," is what he said. Referring to a conversation with Prime Minister Modi, Trump said that American companies send motorcycles to India, they pay 100% tax. Trump claimed that Indian companies, on the other hand, pay no tax when exporting motorcycles to India. The U.S. president said, and I'm quoting further, "I called Prime Minister Modi, I said it's unacceptable. He reduced the tax by 50% with one phone call. I said it's still unacceptable because it is 50% versus nothing." Donald Trump said that the United States is a bank that everybody wants to rob, adding that the country has a trade deficit of $800 billion US. Well, it was not just India that Donald Trump hit out at. The president also renewed his threat against French wine. He lashed out at France for the so-called unfair tariffs on what he called the Great American Wine. The president said, and I'm quoting again, "France charges us a lot for the wine, and yet we charge them very little for French wine." Remember, Washington and Brussels are preparing to begin negotiations on a trade deal to resolve a battle that began last year when Donald Trump slapped tariffs on steel and aluminium. EU officials have repeatedly maintained that they will not discuss any agriculture-related tariffs with Washington. So what Trump is doing is nothing but weaponizing economic tools. He has attacked numerous countries repeatedly with trade tariffs. On the 30th of May, Donald Trump threatened crippling tariffs on Mexico. A day after that, he cancelled preferential trading rules with India. China has already been slapped with high tariffs and faces the risk of new ones as well. Huawei, remember, has been one of Trump's favorite targets. The Chinese tech giant has already seen multiple string of actions. It's been banned in the U.S. and it's now struggling to stay afloat in the country. Another favorite target for the president has been Iran. The Trump administration has gone to all lengths to try and choke the oil-rich country economically. Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad has said that his country has the right not to extradite controversial Islamic preacher Zakir Naik to India. The Prime Minister said that his country has the right not to extradite him. Naik is a 53-year-old radical television preacher, reportedly left India in 2016. He moved to largely Muslim Malaysia, where he was granted permanent residency. The Malaysian Prime Minister said, and I'm quoting, "Zakir in general feels that he is not going to get a fair trial in India," unquote. Prime Minister Mahathir compared the situation to Australia refusing to extradite former police commando Sirul Azhar Omar. Sirul Azhar was sentenced to death in Malaysia in 2015 for killing a Mongolian model. Meanwhile, Zakir Naik has released a statement accusing Indian authorities of slapping false charges. The objective of the action seems to be to put me behind bars, he said, without trial and without hearing. In the process, the Enforcement Directorate continues to waste its time and taxpayers' money in bringing about injustice and harassment. That was what Zakir Naik said in that statement that he released. Zakir Naik was booked, remember, by the Enforcement Directorate in 2016. This was based on a National Investigation Agency, FIR, that was registered under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. The ED last month said that Naik received crores of funds in his and his trust's bank accounts from unidentified sources. Indian authorities have also accused him of spreading hate speech and inciting terrorism.